Hello, algebraians. So I'm going to show you some examples of how to solve a one-step equation by adding or subtracting. So if you remember in our notes, the only way to get rid of adding or a positive is to subtract, and then the only way to get rid of a negative or subtracting is to add. So we're going to keep that in mind. So the first example is if you have something like 5 plus a variable, we'll call it x, equals any number. So I'm going to say 75. Right off the bat, you can probably guess that that's going to be x has to be 70, because 70 plus 5 is 75. But following our one-step equation steps, we first need to get x by itself. So we're going to draw a dividing line where our equal sign is. And we want our equation to end up as x equals some number. Now, we need to get x alone on this side, like this. So we need to get rid of this 5. This positive 5 is in the way. So the only way to zero it out and get rid of it is to subtract a 5. And 5 minus 5 is 0. So all you have left is x. But as I told you, you need to keep these two sides balanced. So right now, if we subtract a 5 from the left side, we have to also subtract a 5 from the right side. And since these are like terms, now we can combine them, and 75 minus 5 is 70. Now that x is by itself, we know this is the answer, and we can record it here. So the answer to this equation is x is 70. So now we need to do an example the opposite way. So that time we had to actually subtract to solve for x. What if we have something that says r, which is our variable, minus 12 equals 17? So we need to get r by itself. But we have a negative 12 in the way, or a minus 12. So to get r alone, we need to get rid of this guy. And since it says minus 12, the only way to zero it out is to add 12. Because negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So now we got r alone. But to keep it balanced, if we add a positive 12 to this side, we have to also add a positive 12 to this side. And 17 plus 12 is going to be 29. And r is totally alone, so we are finished. Yay!